Hello, Commissioners. I'm Alexis Moore with the City's Comprehensive Planning Division. This presentation is for the November 6th, 2024 Planning Commission regular meeting to consider, discuss, and vote on PL 24-0001, the Connect, Discover, Create Lakewood Public Art Plan. Lane Godsey, Arts Programming Curator with the City's Heritage, Culture, and the Arts Division, will also be presenting. This is the overview of what will be covered in our presentation. It's a condensed version of the informational presentation given for the October 9th Planning Commission meeting, which can be viewed on Lakewood Speaks. Based on the discussion and feedback at the meeting, edits were incorporated into the final draft plan being considered for adoption. These edits are outlined in the staff report and will be addressed later in the presentation. To set the stage for our presentation, it's helpful to have context for why this plan is being brought forward to Planning Commission for adoption. The city has a current public art master plan that was adopted in 2013 as an amendment to the city's comprehensive plan. An updated plan was needed to confirm the direction of public art in Lakewood and to chart a course for the next 10 years in alignment with other adopted city plans and policy documents. This new public art plan is consistent with and addresses goals and action steps of the current Lakewood Comprehensive Plan, as well as the Imagine Tomorrow Arts, Parks, and Recreation Master Plan. By statute, amendments to the city's comprehensive plan are required to be adopted by the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission has reviewed and discussed the draft plan at a meeting on October 9th, and their feedback was incorporated into the final plan being considered for adoption. Our requested action this evening is that Planning Commission adopt the Connect, Discover, Create Lakewood Public Art Plan and recommend that City Council approve the plan as an amendment to the comprehensive plan.
Good evening, Commissioners. I am Lane Godsey, the Arts Programming Curator in the Heritage, Culture, and the Arts Division of Community Resources. And before we launch into the details of the Connect, Discover, Create Lakewood Public Art Plan, I'd like to give you a quick project overview. This project was split into components, the first being the Lakewood Public Art Plan, which will be adopted as part of the comprehensive plan as an amendment, and it will replace the 2013 Public Art Master Plan. There's also a plan appendix, which will be available online as a supplement to the plan and includes components like the benchmarking, community engagement summaries, ancillary documents that are informative for the plan, and the public art collection assessment. Additionally, we have an internal flexible working document that is not adopted as part of the plan, and that is our Public Art Guideline and Procedures document. This document is adaptable, and we intend for this internal working document to inform our staff as we move forward and to evolve with best practices in public art. The Connect, Discover, Create Lakewood Public Art Plan is the culmination of more than a year of work to learn from our community about the value of public art and set an inspiring direction for this critical public amenity. It's a visionary plan that was broken into 5 phases with a planned launch in the summer of 2023, moving into research and discovery through community engagement and plan development, and ultimately with plan adoption here in the fall of 2024. The public input process for this plan was robust and involved a series of engagement activities that ensured that the community's voice really directly influenced the plan. Close to 1,500 residents and stakeholders were engaged in the planning process through a variety of methods, which included an interactive project website, a bilingual survey and targeted surveys, an interactive online and in-person mapping activity, stakeholder interviews and focus groups with community organizations and artists, and regular work sessions with internal advisory groups. Ultimately, the draft and the final plan were posted on the project website for public review and comment. Though we didn't receive public feedback, we were able to incorporate some of the feedback from the community stakeholders, and that was incorporated into the final draft of the plan, which is being presented to the Planning Commission tonight. Through the research and engagement process, themes about Lakewood's public art program and the vision for its future emerged. And what we learned from our community is that public art programming is really a critical amenity. In fact, 85% of survey respondents stated that it was important for their families to have arts experiences. And almost 50% of those surveyed indicated they would like to see funding for public art significantly increase. So our updates to the program's vision, mission, and guiding principles really reflect the aspirations that the community holds for public art. At its core, the vision and mission remind us that public art should be woven into the fabric of the community by creating vibrant destinations through inclusive, diverse, and sustainable practices that inspire connection. Ultimately, our community feedback and key findings are at the foundation of the core concepts, key strategies, and the implementation plan that will guide us in the coming years. The Connect, Discover, Create Lakewood Public Art Plan identifies 4 core concepts that will serve as the goals around which our strategies, as well as action steps, and ultimately the implementation tactics will be devised. Core Concept A states that we should create transformative art destinations throughout Lakewood. Core Concept B, Lakewood should unify and guide public art and placemaking initiatives. Core Concept C, we need to diversify Lakewood's artistic landscape. And Core Concept D, we will aim to engage the community through public art. To effectively and efficiently implement this plan, 5 tactics for implementation have been identified. These tactics will be critical for ensuring the future health and sustainability of public art programming in Lakewood. Tactic 1, we must secure sustainable funding for the public art program. Tactic 2, add dedicated staffing for public art. Tactic 3, develop streamlined and clear internal guidelines and procedures. And Tactic 4, maintain the existing public art collection. Ultimately, Tactic 5 tells us that we should develop a priority public art project list and create a yearly work plan.
Following a full presentation of the plan and commission discussion and feedback at their October 9th meeting, Planning Commission recommended addressing their feedback and moving the plan forward for adoption as an amendment to the City of Lakewood's comprehensive plan at a public hearing on November 6th. The Commission discussion and feedback primarily focused on the 2 categories on the slide, and minor edits to the plan have been made accordingly as described. Under the topic of diversity, language was added in several places throughout the plan to document and strengthen the intent of this goal. It's also helpful to note that the Guidelines and Procedures internal document will help to implement other details around diversity. For funding, language was clarified in the plan, and it's also important to note that the plan is a visionary and long-term document, and the adoption of this plan does not initiate any funding, but supports future conversations around that topic. In summary, it's important to acknowledge again the extensive community input that has gone into developing the plan over the past year, which Lane highlighted earlier in the presentation. The draft plan was posted online in August and shared directly with stakeholders involved in the process for their feedback and comment. We received minor edits, which we incorporated into the draft that was presented at an informational meeting with Planning Commission in October. We also brought the plan and the idea for creating the plan to Planning Commission in March as an informational item. Tonight, we are here at the regular meeting to request that Planning Commission officially adopt the public art plan and that they move it forward to City Council, where it would be a request to approve it as an amendment to the comprehensive plan in December. After that, we would dive into implementing the recommendations in the plan, and having it in place helps give the document much more weight and is extremely helpful for grants and other funding that we may be looking to help implement this long-term visionary and aspirational plan. The requested action this evening is that Planning Commission adopt the Connect, Discover, Create Lakewood Public Art Plan and recommend approval of the plan to City Council as an amendment to the Lakewood Comprehensive Plan. This has been a presentation for the Planning Commission regular meeting on November 6th, 2024. If you have any questions or comments, you may comment here on Lakewood Speaks or during the meeting on November 6th. Thank you so much.